I'm at the Las Vegas Convention Center for SEMA 2022, and we're at the West Hall where we will find the Overland Experience. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to bring you some of the cool new overlanding products, as well as some of the overland builds that you'll find here at SEMA this year. Well, I think we're overlanding now. That's how it works, right? They've even got trees and grass in here. Now, since I drive a Tundra, I think the perfect place to start would be this awesome setup.
Hi, my name is Al. I go by Sponsored by Wifey on Instagram and also on YouTube. This is my 2022 Toyota Tundra. This is the feature of my truck. It's the four-wheel campers, Project M. Four-wheel campers also provided the mounts for the Max Tracks and the Rotopack. I wanted to do something custom, so I built everything myself on the interior. I just ordered all the aluminum extrusions online, and when you order them, you can have them cut to length, so that made it a lot easier. Up there, the bed, you can actually pull it out and it turns into like a king-size bed. And these pads right here on the bench fills in the rest of the bed space. Then I got the REDARC, the Manager 30 system, the Red Vision. And then I got two Battleborn batteries, 100 amp hours each. So total 200 amp hours. And then I got the 2000 watt inverter from REDARC to run the appliances like the coffee maker and the microwave air fryer. Then over here we have the rigged Ultra Swing. This is cool because it's got the fold down table, it's got the pull out cutting board, and it's a perfect spot for my stove, my cook partner stove. And then on this side I got the ARB awning mounted to the camper. It's the new one from ARB with the hard casing. And that's pretty much all I have done to the truck so far. It's still in the build phase. If you want to see more of it on what I do, you can follow me on Instagram, it's Sponsored by Wifey. And I also do have the YouTube channel, as I mentioned, also under Sponsored by Wifey.
This is something new that I've not seen before. James Baroud have a rooftop tent and awning combination that are actually designed to work together. You see the tent at the top has a little overhang, and then there's a hole in the 270-degree awning that accommodates that. So you can prop your ladder up to that, and when you climb out your tent, you actually end up in this huge awning room, which I think is pretty neat. And of course, there's tons of Jeep stuff here at the show, including all the things you can find from American Adventure Lab. They make a ton of really cool high-end accessories for your Jeeps, your Gladiators, your Wranglers. They've even got some stuff going into the 4Runner, some of the Toyota world as well. So let's check out what they've got that's new to the show this year.
Hey guys, Brett Mansell here from American Adventure Lab, and I want to show you guys some of the new things that we brought to the show. Not quite a sneak peek, but a lot of the stuff is not available yet, so you'll get first views of it. To start out, we did a couple of new things here on the Gladiator. One, we're calling it our base system, which is bed attachment system and equipment. It all starts out with a template pattern that you assemble at your home, lay it into the bed of the truck, and it establishes the grid pattern in the corrugations of the bed. Then you drill through, and on the bottom we have 3/16 steel nut plates that attach on the bottom. So that way you get to mount all of your accessories into the bed without a bunch of stuff protruding up into the bed surf. So once that goes in, on top of that we have a new 6-inch drawer, we have new slides, and these are on a 48-inch slide right now. We can go up to, I think, 54 in the Gladiator. So we'll have some longer versions of these as well. Next up we have our bed rail attachment system. This is also brand new. The cool thing about this is normally these trucks have a plastic cap on the bed rail. Once you pull that off, you have all of the holes in the top of the bed rail that we utilize for through bolts. So below the bed rail, we have a nice steel L bracket that's threaded. So all of the bolts that you see along the top, those actually go through the top of the bed cap, through the original bed rail, and into the threaded angle bracket down below. So we spread all that load all along the inside of the bed rails. It makes for a really nice attachment system. And our bed rack, this is our 6-inch version. We have a 12-inch version and a version that's 1 inch taller than the cab. And probably early next year, we'll be releasing our Atlas system, which is our sliding tent system we've been working on about 2 years. So in the back of the JL, we have something new as well. This is a different version of our Versatable that has all the media controls over on the side, and we're calling that the Party Zone. So here's our on-off switch for the amplifier. This is your Bluetooth for the amplifier. You've got volume adjustment, back, skip forward, and here we have a phone charger. So that way you can sort of get everything you need right here on the side of the table. This system right here is controlled by an MB Cort rear amplifier that's completely separate from the factory radio. It has its own speakers. We pull all the power from a Battery system we have down below the cargo plate, which is two 30 amp hour lithium batteries. It's powered by REDARC's Manager 30, and we also use REDARC's 1000 watt inverter. Both of those are mounted to new MOLLE panels that we have on the side of the vehicle. We also have a sort of a preview version of what we're calling Mass Plus on the bottom. So this is a new version of our platform, and in front of that we have a new product that we're calling our low profile rear seat delete. That's basically a plate that mounts with all factory holes, and it gets all the weight down as low as possible. And that's been great to keep the heavy things down there and lower the center of gravity of the vehicle. We also have a new underseat compressor mount that works on the driver's side or the passenger side. And we have connection kit versions of that as well for both sides of the vehicle. So that way you can either put it on the passenger side and you get access to your coupler and your switch right there beside your leg. And that works on both sides as well. We have quite a few new things coming out. This is sort of what we've had previewing at the show, and looking forward to getting that out on the site and seeing what you guys think. So we also offer similar storage for late gen 4Runners. We have most of the Land Cruisers done, Tacoma products, Lexus GX. All that stuff will be available on the website at AmericanAdventureLab.com. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at American Adventure Lab.
Hey, what's up guys? This is J-Matt. This is my 2021 Lexus GX460. We're here at SEMA, Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'll show you guys a little walk around in my vehicle. From the front end we have is a carbon fiber OEM style hood. We have the Centauri rooftop tent, Outdoorsman XL, and then of course you'll see all of the jewels. The jewels are the Baja Designs lights. We are running more than 100,000 lumens of lights. That being powered up by the whole Bantam X S-Pod systems, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. So going more towards the front, you'll notice the C4 prototype front bumper, and it's accommodated by the new Warren Evo VR winch and Factor 55 winch accessories. And then if you look around some more, if you look a little under, you'll notice the KDSS components, custom components by DR KDSS. And you'll even notice some spindle lights there as well. These are the new Toyota RT trails that just released the first day of SEMA, and they are hugged around the new Raise Wheels Versus line. These actually come out next year. I'm running a King Shocks coilover system with reservoirs, along with the Inspired Performance upper control arms. The art piece that we have on this vehicle is the Good Smile Racing livery. It's from Japan. They are the racing team of Japan, and we are representing them by overlanding and off-roading. So we decided to choose the right colors and represent Japan, since this is a Japanese themed build. And you'll notice on the side here we have C4 rock sliders, and then from the top, from down to the tent, down to the rack, we have the JW off-road roof rack, Action Tracks traction boards. We also have the new Pelican BX series cargo cases, and also inside, this is the new model Lexus, so you do have that F Sport interior. You'll notice the S-Pod front system is accompanied by the new Midland MXT 500 series radio. So going more towards here, the side MOLLE is from JW Off-Road Rack. We have the Demos Pro Shovel, and we have the H3R fire extinguisher. The swing out is the DIRTCOM Ultra Swing left-hand swing out. This is accommodating the 35-inch tire along with some Rotopack storage accessories. And then we got a front runner table here, 4122 hitch slider, Aiden James Customs gear plate, along with the Aiden James Customs universal drawer system, which just released for the show. Also, Aiden James Customs also did the wiring for the front and rear. On the roof, you'll notice the S2 Baja Designs lights along with the RTL S chase light. This acts as a brake light, turn signal, and a work light in the middle. This is my second Bantam X unit. This is being powered up by the touchscreen version in the rear to power the camp lights. And then if I close out my door here, you'll notice the version 2.0 of the Nash Fabco rear ladder, which is also foldable. A couple accessories you see is a power tank and another extra gallon for Rotopacks. I'm running a side exit exhaust, carbon exhaust, and then the Dirt Scum bezel. Here I have my X Ventures diesel heater for the tent. It's getting cold now, so it's time to use that. My Instagram is JMatt Garcia, JMattGarcia, JMatt Garcia. You can also follow us Pure 4x4 Instagram, and you guys will be able to find me there. I'll be actually opening my YouTube channel soon, so look out for that. Thank you, man.
Good news, you can now get a grumper for your Ford Bronco. Anyway, so now we're going to head over to the North Hall to check out a cool Smartop that you can get for your truck beds. And to get there, the best way is to use the Tesla loop, which is a tunnel that you drive through in some Teslas. It's actually pretty fun. Crazy. Oh, this is cool.
Hey, I'm Franz from Smartop. We'd like to show you our loadable, fully welded aluminum cover. This was developed in South Africa over the last 2 years using Hiluxes, Rangers, etc. But we're now launching them for US trucks. Basically, the idea is that you have a fully welded truck bed cover with T-slots built in. So if you want to load any accessories, you don't have to drill in. It's lockable, and the nice part is even when it's loaded, you can open it up. So we got about 260 pounds on here right now, and you can open it up pretty easily. You also have slots on the inside, so you can mount accessories to the inside. The fitting kit's made from stainless steel. It bolts into the existing holes on 90% of the models. Some of the trucks don't have existing threaded holes, so we make a plan there to drill a few holes. We have our own range of accessories, so mounts for cargo boxes, mounts for bikes, mounts for jerry cans, mounts for max tracks, but we like to see guys get creative, so they buy the top, they use their own accessories. And yeah, we've seen some really cool setups. The other thing is super secure. I mean, it's solid aluminum, and then you got your dual key locks, which you can close. You got a little dust or snow cover there in case it snows. But yeah, this thing is seriously secure. We've tested it, and so whatever you load on the inside will be safe. So models that we have ready: Gladiator, Tundra, Tacoma, F-150, Ranger. The rest are in Dodge Ram 1500s in process. That'll be done in 2 or 3 months. Silverado, GMC Sierra will be done in 2 or 3 months. And then we'll start working on the older model trucks like the previous F-150, previous Tundra, that type of thing. For the large trucks, 2250 including shipping. For the mid-size trucks, 2150 including shipping. The standard set of gas struts will be fine to lift the cover and maybe a bike or two. If you're going to load really heavy, we also sell them on the website, getting 1 or 2 extra pairs of struts to match your setup. So Chris, whose truck this is, has got 3 sets of struts. He tends to change his setup every 2 or 3 weeks, and he just dials them in to what he needs. So a question we get pretty often is, how easy is this cover to remove when you have to load something big? It's pretty simple. You pop off the gas struts, which takes 2 seconds, and then there's a couple of holes at the front, a couple of drill or bolts that you got to remove, 8 of them. That should take you 5 minutes. Get a buddy just to help you lift it off, and you're ready to go. So total time, 5 to 6 minutes. Into the SEMA new product category competition, we placed runner-up, so we're pretty proud of that. Have a look at smartopplatform.us. So that's a website that will be launching next week. For now, you can use smartopplatform.com. That's the website we use in different countries, just some basic information there. But the US website will have pricing, models, all of that type of thing.
One of the things I'm learning about SEMA is it's full of vehicles that aren't actually used. They look great, but it's basically a brand new vehicle. They've bolted a bunch of stuff to it to make it look cool, and then they're showing off their product. In this booth, these 3 vehicles are obviously actually used. They got scratch paint, scratch sliders, they got dirt on the fenders. Apparently they actually took them out right before the show, so that's cool. Let's take a look at them. This supercharged Gladiator behind me belongs to a friend of mine, Adam, who owns the company TrailRax. We currently run his pack racks, which is outside storage on my wife's Jeep Wrangler, but he's just launched a roof rack for the Gladiator.
I'm out of TrailRax, and I'm going to give you a full walk around of our 2020 Jeep Gladiator that's supercharged with Edelbrock. It's got a full blower system in the engine bay, pushing about 400 horses to the crank, and it's sat up on 14-inch coilovers from Rebel Off-Road through their King coilover kit. So it's got full hydraulic bump stops. It's about a 4-inch up front and a 5-inch lift in the rear. It's sitting on 37-inch tires from Falcon, and these are the AT3W all-terrain tires, and then wrapped around those are Method wheels. And we got a full bumper lineup with Moto built. And then of course a full treatment from Heritage Studio and their amber lights and their clear lights. And then as we walk around the whole build here, we got A-pillar lights, and then we got our brand new, just launched at SEMA this year, our cab rack for the Jeep Gladiator. And basically it's a full aluminum design, all bolt-on clamp system, and all super sturdy. It's incorporated with a Heritage light bar under there. And then we give it a 90-degree bend on our side panel here, which gives you access to mount accessories on the far edge of the roof rack, as well as adding a lot more strength for this roof rack. And then on top of all that, we have a snowboard mount that's clamp mounted with a lot of Pelican stuff. And then just debuting as well at this show, we have our brand new grab handles. And these grab handles are super sturdy, and you can mount them just about anywhere on our roof rack. And then as we keep coming back, this is fully wrapped. It's actually a black truck underneath, which is quite interesting to tell some people. It's wrapped red and then matte black over it. And then after that, it's ceramic coated. And then as we come back a little bit more, we got a coil and then a shock sort of setup. So we skipped the coilover so that we can have a little bit more weight in the rear, because coilovers do, when they see a lot of weight, sag in the rear a little bit. So we added just a standard sort of suspension, but it still gets a lot of travel back there. And then back here is our going bed rack. And this is something that came out earlier last year, but we still want to debut it here. It's got a lockout here, and it's a gas strut. So it's assisted lift, and it holds max tracks perfectly with no extra hardware needed. It's just going to drop on there and mount with their pins there. You can mount stuff on the inside and then still have access to the inside of the bed as well. A lot of issues we see with bed racks is you lose that access to the bed, and it's basically pushing all your accessories on the outside. We want to give you both options, that you can mount inside the bed or on the inside of this panel or the outside. And then we also have a full lockdown system on this. These have keyed versions of this on either end, and then a rear locking door. And this locking door can hold max tracks, tons of new accessories, and completely enclose your bed rack, which is super cool. And then in our bed rack as well, we've gone the full step to make sure that we have cutouts for chase lights here and here. And then in that as well, we have zip tie cutouts. It's super tough to see, but those zip tie cutouts will help you route your wires through the entire bed. And then each crossmember actually has holes throughout the system to help wire those and hide your wires so it looks a little bit cleaner. And we got a full 23-0 armadillo tent. This is a newer tent that came out earlier this year. It's a full hard-cased tent that comes out. Down here is a full Moto-built wraparound bumper, and then we also use Factor 55 as well. If you want to see more of our products and more details, follow us on Instagram and come to our website at TrailRax.com.
I'm Taryn Evans, Desert Recon on Instagram, and here's my 2017 Tacoma TRD off-road. To start with, we have a C4 hybrid bumper, steel. It's got the high hoop. Originally started with the low hoop. We cut that off, welded on the high end. As you can see, it's a little bit wider than your typical Tacoma. It's running a Total Chaos plus 3.5-inch long travel kit. It's the race series. We've got 700-pound coilovers to support the weight of the bumper here and the 10,000-pound Warn winch. We've got matching McNeil fiberglass front to rear. We've got an RK Sport hood. It's fiberglass, fully functioning, running air over the supercharger. So it is also Magnuson supercharged, and it's re-geared to 529s. So currently running Nitto Trail Grapplers 35 by 12.5. They're American racing wheels. They're in 9.5 by 17. RCI rock sliders with the kick out. Underneath, we've also got a little bit of armor. We've got the front differential skid plate. On the rear, I normally do have a skid plate as well, but I've been working on some stuff back there. But it's fully long travel in the rear with 16 inches of down travel. We've got a Dirt King fabrication bed cage. It's their prefab to a Camberg spring under with heavy duty Devers and the Camberg spring under conversion kit. Going into the back, we've got a Warfab. It's a Phantom high clearance rear bumper. It's one of their earlier prototypes, so it did include a dual swing out option. So on top, we've got TrailRax's new, I'm assuming what is going to be, I think it was their Tremor rack. It's new to the Tacoma, follows the body lines a little bit better than others on the market, as you can see with how close and tight it is to the roof line. Includes additional handles to get up on top. We're using the Rome 83-liter cases with their quick disconnects here We've got a Heretic 40-inch light bar and other Heretic lights all the way around between the fog lights, light bar here, and then chase lights in the rear. We've got the TrailRax bed cage. We've got Max Tracks on the side. This is their Gull Wing option on the TrailRax bed rack. Allows you to get in, grab whatever you need out of there. Here on the back, we've got lockout pins. Just allow you to get back and go ahead and close the whole tailgate, lock it up. If you want to see more, check me out on Instagram at desert.recon.
I'm Frank Canello, and this is my 2021 Bronco First Edition 4-door, also known as the Franco Bronco. We've got a lot of stuff that I've done to this, but this is my daily. This is my personal build. What you'll probably notice first by looking at it is that I've got a full paint protection wrap on it. It's an Avery Dennison paint protection film, and it's actually self-healing, so you probably won't see any pinstriping on any of the cactus gray. It's also kind of a satin finish, which gives it a nice distinctive look. We're fully outfitted with Heretic LED lights. We've got the ambers up front and in the fog. We've got the full light bar up top, which is mounted to the TrailRax roof rack. This rack can hold a ton of stuff. We've got the Max Tracks set up and Rotopacks on the side with their pack racks accessory there. One of the key features of this rack is it retains some of the functionality where you can actually remove the roof panels very easily and still have that open air experience, which the Bronco is known for. Down low, we've got Falcon tires and 1552 rims, the same rims that were on the Ford Overland build that they had teased when the Bronco was first coming out. I just love them so much that we went with those. Stock suspension, but we're working on beefing that up a little bit. Now that I've got so much gear on the truck, that will probably be the next big improvement, just to give it some more heft and be able to handle that kind of stuff. Still keeping the 35s on this truck. I just feel like the 35s accomplish everything that I need for you know, your basic overlanding, your trail riding, and also I just think that it was designed with 35s in mind. It keeps all the same factory dimensions, and it just has that look that when I see bigger tires, it's not for me. This rack is really unique because it also has a slot here for a full-size table, which you can see over there. But you can lock this table in and have easy access to that. We've also got Heretic lights mounted on the back for the chase lights, so when you're digging up dirt and kicking up dirt, going high speed, the people behind you can still see you and they don't see your brake lights at the last minute. Also, you see full use of the pack racks brackets, being able to mount whatever you want to the sides here. I've gone with Rotopacks and a Demo shovel, but you can mount all kinds of stuff based on what you're taking out with you. First aid kits, recovery gear, whatever it is that you in particular need for your build. And also mounted up top, we've got the new Rome 270 awning. They just launched this, which is really great because it's freestanding, but also has the option of dropping down the poles so that you can, in high wind situations, you can tether it down to the ground, keep it secure. We've also got Rome boxes set up on top, you know, just mounted down with their rugged mounts. That whole system is really nice because it's real quick detach, easy access to them, and be able to pop them off when I'm not going to a campsite and I'm just using this to commute to work and to the grocery store. On the inside, fully outfitted with American Adventure Lab gear. The cargo shelf, critical for utilizing the maximum vertical space in this truck. I've got my toolbox mounted here and it's secured. Also got the drawer system, which allows me to keep a bunch of recovery gear and other camping tools and supplies, propane and whatnot, without needing to transport that in and out of the vehicle all the time. And the deep sleep is back there because sometimes you just need some shelter in the truck in a pinch. Other times I'll run, you know, full-size tent or something like that. Yeah, and we've also got some utility set up on the inside. We've got the 67 Designs Bronco rail, which allows me to really securely mount a bunch of phones, radios, accessories, GoPros, things like that. And it's a completely swappable system for any kind of gear that you might have. I found that it's really secure and I like having the convenience of it. My biggest presence right now is on Instagram. You can follow @FrancoBronco. and that's where I'm publishing a bunch of reels and more product reviews, photographs from the different trips that I go on, and just trying to share the experience with people. So you know, any questions that anyone has, I'm always happy to answer them, and see you online.
Hey everybody, Eric here from iKamper. Today just giving you guys a quick look at our new BDV series. It's going to be our wedge style tent from iKamper, which is going to have a great hand-laid FRP cover and then an aluminum exoskeleton up there that has some T-track on it, so you can add accessories like solar panels, cargo boxes. We have some bike racks and some axe racks up there as well. The tent comes in 2 different sizes. We're looking at the BDV Solo right now. And then just over the way there is the BDV Duo. So it's a 1-person or a 2-person tent. We have the option to put your ladder in 3 different areas there. So depending on what your setup is, we can fit any, if not all, needs on that. And then an extra accessory rail system right here that allows you to put some more gear hooks and then whatever else you might be interested in adding onto your tent. So we're really excited about it, and it's been a great product so far. You can learn more of it at iKamper.com or search anywhere on the internet and you're going to find lots of juicy reviews.
This one's very specific to people who have Jeeps with the Rhino rack backbone system. We put this in my wife's Jeep, and one of the things I thought is it needs a MOLLE panel there on the support of the backbone, and they've finally come out with something for it.
What's going on, everybody? This is Kyle here with All Dogs Off-Road out of Lincoln, Nebraska. And we have our 2022 Nissan Frontier Pro 4X here in the Overland Experience at SEMA with Coney. Coney brought us here. Truck is fully Titan swapped in the front suspension wise. Truck is currently sitting on Coney 82 series shocks with the ADO coil springs and leaf springs. We offer a parabolic leaf spring, which is new to the market for the mid-sized trucks. Gives you about 4 inches of lift. It also doubles your wheel travel, and the only real drawback is it widens the truck 3 inches on each side. If you're looking to lift a Nissan, this is about the best way to go about it. It is currently sitting on 285, 75, 16 Kenda AT tires and our All Dogs Off-Road RB6 wheels. The truck is running CBI ditch light brackets with Baja Design Squadron Pro ditch light. And as this truck does get used frequently to wheel and camp and overland, it is currently running a Roof Nest Condor Overland rooftop tent on some heavy metal off-road bed bars. You can find us at alldogsoffroad.com and All Dogs Off-Road on all social media.
I'm over at the REDARC booth now, and I've been running REDARC stuff for quite some time. I've actually got it in the Jeep and in the Tundra. The stuff I've got in the Tundra, really high-end, nice stuff. Actually does a little bit more than I need it to. I've got the Red Vision system, which basically controls all my lighting, and it has stuff for water tank levels, temperatures of various things throughout the whole vehicle, which I don't really need. But they've come out with a new thing. Actually, I don't want to say they've come out with it. They're teasing a new thing that could actually replace that and does what I need it to do without taking up a ton of space. So let's check it out.
Hi, Colt here at REDARC Electronics booth, SEMA 2022. We've got an exciting new product, the TVMS Rogue. This is a great new product, accessory management system. So we have 8 switch inputs for this, for different switches throughout your vehicle. It can handle lights, fridges, any of your accessories like that that you want to have a switch for, water tank levels, all of that kind of stuff. You can pair it with our old total vehicle management system. We now call that the Prime, or the original vehicle management system. You can pair that with the Red Vision system, which is a really cool display. This gives you battery management, so you can see state of charge, input, output, everything that's coming in and going out, so you know what's happening in your vehicle. With this switch system and the Red Vision display, you can monitor different levels, whether that's water tanks or fuel tanks. Really excited about this system and the new dimmer and timer functionality that this brings to our total vehicle management systems. So we're excited how much slimmer and smaller this is, and the weight difference. It's essentially 73% smaller than the original total vehicle management system, the TVMS Prime. This is going to be a great application for smaller vehicles where space is precious and you don't want to have to do a seat delete or something like that. Really slim, really small, can hide that behind a seat or whatever. Coming up here, you might see it in some really cool builds. Overland might have something coming up with this inside. This will be available late January, early February, we're hoping, here in the US. and we don't have a price point for it yet. It's not on the website yet. You're getting a sneak peek here.
I went back and forth between getting the skinny guy camper and the AT Habitat for the longest time for my truck, and eventually decided to go with the AT Habitat. So you'll see that on my channel in the future. For now, since they're here, let's take a look around at the skinny guy campers and see what they offer.
Hey guys, I'm Walt Wagner with Tactical Application Vehicles, and we are here at SEMA, our first time actually having a truck inside SEMA at the skinny guy booth. We build highly capable, custom tailored expedition trucks, and it's not on any one specific platform. A lot of people think we do just Toyotas, but the concept of why we build the way we do carries over to literally everything with wheels on it. This particular truck here is a company truck that we've had for a couple years. It's had a couple different campers on it, but this is a 2018 Toyota Tundra, 5.7 liter V8, Magnuson supercharger inside. Some of the quick driveline specs, so it's got the supercharger, 529 nitro gears with lockers front and rear. The speedometer is calibrated for the tire size, which is 37 inches. And so that speedometer is accurate, shift points are accurate. We have a long range fuel tank at 46 gallons, and we get about 16 miles per gallon in this truck with a camper on it. We're running C4's Overland Series front bumper that we've modified very slightly with the Baja Designs lights, kind of recessed it or flush mounted here. We work with Come Up winch for this is a 12,500 pound winch. We work with Baja Designs a great deal for lighting. So there's an LP9 and an LP6 for the lights in the front. On this rendition, we're running an SDHQ fiberglass fender. We close off the inside of the fender. Might even be able to see that a little better on the other side with our handmade inner fender liners. The suspension is a culmination of a few key components. Total Chaos upper and lower control arms. It is plus 2.5 inches wider per side, upper and lower control arms. The King coilovers are custom valved, custom built per build. So the compression and rebound valving in these shocks are considered with what the truck has to do and the weight it's going to be carrying and the type of driving it's going to be doing. Kind of moving down a little bit, we've got RCV axle shafts on this one. We work with Alcan a great deal on all of our leaf springs. So this is a custom built leaf spring pack, which goes to every single truck that we build that gets leaf springs. It gives a custom leaf spring pack for what it's got to carry. This does have a high-speed compression adjustment on it. It's just a knob. So if this truck is really lightweight, you take the camper off, it's really lightweight, you can open that valve gate up. Method race wheels, this is an 18-inch wheel because we are running power brake, rotor and caliper on this, and it is a very, very strong system for a larger diameter tire, and you've got more moving mass that you need to stop, so that's definitely something we want to be able to address. We are running RCI skid plates, aluminum skid plates, very light, very strong. We've had very good luck with those. Roof rack, this is the Sherpa rack. Working with these guys to make a very, very strong roof rack. It's nice and low profile, it's very quiet. Moving back a little bit, you'll see this bed that we're running. A lot of you may know we work with Bowen Customs on these beds. This particular bed is the camper bed, so it's designed for campers that slide in like a typical truck bed. Otherwise, wasted space on a stock bed that's in behind the bed side is all just basically open air. But all of that wasted space is now lockable cabinetry. It is weather tight, there's rubber seals all around. We're using the factory fill hose with this. This is actually a bolt-on piece, so we can actually run the factory filler neck right in through here, and then just bolt this piece down so everything can be serviceable, or it's vented as well inside. Right above that is the Skinny Guy camper. It's very low profile, and it sits in behind the cab of the truck, so it doesn't have an overhang over the top of the truck, which maximizes your roof capacity for storage up there. But it also sits back behind the roof rack, so it's down low. So if you have a garage or drive-throughs or whatever you want to be able to get through, you still can with this particular camper. This mounts on top of the bed rails, so it has what's called a basement underneath, which is on this particular 6.5 foot model, has 32 gallons of fresh water storage on top of your water heater, which is a total of about 36 gallons of fresh water storage, filtered and sanitized with an optional UV filter, UV sanitization system inside. So you have cabinets here. This is how you would, there's a little winch in here that ties the front of the camper down to the base of the bed. That does not have to be used on this particular bed. We can just drill straight through and mount it directly to the top of the bed on all four corners if we need to. But in a conventional truck bed, that's how you would mount it down. When this thing is open, we're using an alu-cab ladder, which seems to work absolutely perfect for this particular setup because you get in through the side. This particular one is the kit and caboodle package, so it has every single thing that you can get. It's got 190 watts of solar off of the back, which we can show you in a hard panel. We got Xantrex, REDARC, and the Truma heater is on a thermostat. So you have heat, a flushing toilet in this one, in a cabinet right here, 20-gallon black tank. You've got a single burner stove and a small sink up top, and a little galley box that has storage underneath that you can actually lift off the floor, set up on the shelf. There's a Dometic fridge, a couple cabinets inside that you have a lot of storage down inside the cabinets, so you can keep clothing or bedding or whatever you want down inside there. There's cushions on the countertop or the bench right there. So like my daughter sleeps across this way, we turn the fridge sideways and she sleeps across the bench there. This is close to a queen size bed up here, so plenty of room for two adults and a child or dogs, whatever you need. There's a little table up there that swivels and pivots and you can remove it. So we've had meetings up in here, just hanging out, making sandwiches, talking about what we're doing at events and stuff like that. So there's plenty of room to stand up and move around. We've camped in it in all weather, snow, rain, wind, everything. By design, with the bows, when this thing sets up, it pivots at the back, so when you lift it open, the tent sets itself up, and the bows that hold everything in place, you can put positive pressure on that and lock that in place, so it's very strong in the wind. These little square holes are for camper jacks, so to get it off of the truck, it comes with 3 camper jacks. Slide them right, 2 of them on this side and 1 in the middle on the other side. You can just lift it straight up and drive the truck out from under it, and then you still have your truck bed. The way the rain gutter is designed, it can actually catch water in here. So there's a small brass cap right here, and you can hook a hose up to it right here, and you can either run a rain catchment into a bucket, or you can run it right back into the tank itself, into the camper, on both sides of the camper, and effectively have potable water, because you have your sanitization system inside the camper. The Skinny Guy has a MOLLE panel that you can kind of mount a shovel to. We usually put max tracks right across here, so they're easy to get to. All of our recovery gear we like to have very easily accessible. You can put a little trash bag hanging off here, do anything you want. It's kind of a blank canvas. Propane is housed right in here. Still got a little excess storage in here for your propane, 11-pound propane tank. Extension right here is designed basically so you can cook outside if you wanted to, have a camp table out here. You can just plug right into this and you don't have to disconnect your propane tank. I'll show you the basement, what they call the basement. So this is a swing gate. This bed comes with either a swing gate like this or a drop down tailgate about this wide. So it's a pretty wide tailgate, so you can actually mount basically whatever you want to on this panel. You could put a small table on here if you wanted to, lights, galley equipment, whatever you want. This is the basement I was referring to. So you have all of your bed space below the camper that goes all the way forward. There's no swing outs back here because we like to keep this is a 37-inch spare tire. We like to keep it underneath this, and I usually slide it all the way forward, and we have a little tether right here, so if you need to get your spare out, you can just pull this and just drag it out to you. You know, there's L-track on the sides, and it goes all the way to the forward of the bed. But this is where your 20-gallon black tank is housed. The 32-gallon freshwater tank is 2 tanks that are plumbed together, and those are up forward. This is the floor drain for the inside of the camper, because you do have a hot shower with this camper. So you could effectively take a shower inside with a shower curtain, and you hook up another little hose right here, and it just drains out from the floor. There's just a small floor drain there. Or you can use the shower outside if you had a shower curtain outside. You got tank heaters, so it is designed to be used in freezing temperatures. So if you're using it, you can use your tank heater, keep everything from freezing. This little compartment here runs just right here at the back of the bed, and it runs the entire length of the bed. So you can access stuff this way, or put really long items in through the back if you needed to. So you can kind of set these cabinets up any way you want. So to find out more about this particular build and more builds that we've done for clients and our own company trucks, you can find us on our YouTube channel. It's just type in Tactical Application Vehicles. You can reach us either at TAVLLC.com on our website. You go to the inquiry page. For information on the Skinny Guy campers, you can go to Skinny Guy Campers on Instagram, and the Bowen beds, Bowen Customs, at Bowen Customs on Instagram as well. We have both of those on our website. We're a dealer for both of those. And we can get anything you need on there, questions answered, or get you to the right folks.
How's it going, guys? This is Leroy with Running for Tacos. This is our 22 Tundra. So up front, we've got CBI front bumper equipped with Baja Designs, fog lights, light bar, currently no wind. And these are the new Alpha X headlights for the new 22 and up Tundras, new Nova series, just released for SEMA. Currently on 37 Toyota Open Country RT trails. So we did have to do a little trimming. The front bumper definitely helped with the front, and then back inside the wheel well, chop off all the metal, the little bump that's notorious for blocking all the large tires from fitting in there. right now, as it is, no rubbing issues whatsoever. And then currently on King suspension, total chaos control arms with 3-inch lift, which helps clear the 37s, no issues. Up here, we've got Baja Designs LP4s, ditch lights, and then going up, we've got up top Overland, roof rack, bed rack, all their shebang up top. More Baja Designs up there, 6 LP6s, and then it's got some accessories up top, roam case to put any camping gear we might use in there with the water port for camping.
What are the lights on there?
So those are our rock lights actually. They're camping lights basically. So when you're out camping, just turn them on and you see basically all around the vehicle. Those ones were specifically designed for the up top racks, but we've actually come up with brackets that fit on Prinsu racks, Sherpa racks, pretty much any rack that uses a standard 2x1 load bar. Underneath, we've got the full CBI skid plates, got little dings on them from the last trail as well. CBI rock sliders, definitely got put to use. Up there, we got the iKamper, SkyCamp 3.0.
Show us the rear bumper. Show us what you
So we fixed it up a little bit now, but you can kind of see it's still just pieced together, waiting on the new bumper that they're releasing soon. See, it's definitely...
How did you do that?
Went on a trail that was a little bit too difficult for something this size. If you guys want to see more content of this Tundra or any other stuff that we do, you can check us out at runnerfortacos.com, runnerfortacos on Instagram, or anything related to this truck specifically, R4 Tundra on Instagram. YouTube channel, R4T. Anything that you see on here can be found on runnerfortacos.com.
Nathan here with CBI and Prinsu. We're here at SEMA in the Toyota booth, and just want to do a quick walk around on the Sequoia here. So this is a Sequoia that we built in partnership with the 4-wheel drive Toyota Owners Magazine. Super awesome, fun build. If you take a look, we'll start right at the front. We've got our covert front bumper with the bolt-on grill guard. Holds a winch, of course, up to a 12,000 pound winch. You've got options for light bars right here that are behind the factory grill, which is kind of a cool feature. Great access to your winch line, and it incorporates with the skid plates underneath. So you've got great protection all the way from the front to the back. Very cool thing, we've got, of course, our machine D-rings, which is a new staple with CBI now. You've got the D-rings that work with your hard shackles and your soft shackles, so it makes a huge difference. All your sensors still work, whether it's your parking sensors or cruise control, your adaptive cruise and all of that. If we go along to the side here, of course you got your ditch light brackets with some rigid lights and the Prinsu rack. The Prinsu rack on this vehicle is a future product to come. So this is kind of our first release on this new option for the Prinsu rack, which it gives you a side plate on the side and on the front. You can incorporate that into your design as far as colors. So you can see this one's two-tone with the black and the bronze, which really gives it a nice look, but it also has an impact on the strength of the rack. So the Prinsu rack's always been a super strong rack. This is just taking it to the next level as far as strength and feasibility for all the accessories you want to put up there. So one thing to point out on the roof rack as well, I mean, we talked about the color. Of course, we have these custom colored handles to match the bronze, but these are our Ridgeline handles, and they're set up right now without lights on them. You can pop out this black plate right here and put a light in, which gives you awesome perimeter lighting for camping. The other thing that we bypassed is our utility hook, and the utility hook is an awesome feature. Actually, in a scenario like we have right here with two vehicles side by side, it's perfect to use a hammock between them. And so that's really what that originally was designed for, is to mount a hammock between two vehicles via the utility hook. The other thing that I've personally found is I usually end up putting my toiletry bag hanging off my utility hook when I'm brushing my teeth or whatever. People will hang garbage off of it, or whatever you want to hang from your roof rack. It's a great feature to have on the Prinsu rack. particular vehicle has 33-inch tires with 17 or 18-inch wheels. The methods, it's a Toytech lift with the Camberg upper control arms here, and then also the trailing arms in the rear. And they're all machined aluminum, just a really cool suspension setup. If we go around to the side here, we've got our side steps on this one. So we were going for a little bit different style. So rather than rock sliders, we have the side steps, which work great for getting up to the roof rack, and they just provide pretty cool styling on the vehicle. If we come around to the rear though, we've got some really cool things going on the rear of the vehicle. So this is our rear bumper for the Sequoia, and it includes bolt-on swing arms. So this is again a new option for our customers to where you can add swing arms after the fact. So it's a brand new thing that we're rolling out. You're gonna see it on the new Tundra rear bumper, of course on the Sequoia, and then we'll start seeing it on some of the other models, which is pretty neat. Another cool thing that we've done on this particular swing arm is this universal dual mount. So this is again a new product that's coming, but gives you the opportunity to give you a little more flexibility with this space that's on the side of the tire. So for this build, we mounted the roto packs and then the power tank on this side. You could really do whatever you wanted. You could mount max tracks on one side, roto packs on the other. You could mount, you know, a jerry can on one side and max tracks on the other. You can really configure this space however you want. I'll show you another cool thing. So this is another new product that's coming. So it's a new latch for our swing arms. It's a machined latch specifically to our swing arms that's stronger, gives you more flexibility as far as the setup. And this vehicle's locked, so I won't be able to show you this. We got this cool plate that we built into the top of this bumper. So under here it says Sequoia, and then it's got this mountain landscape, which is kind of neat. And then this piece right here is a snap-on piece, so it gives you access to the receiver hitch. And you just press these buttons and unsnap it, and it gives it a real clean look. Again, this bumper is built for adaptation with the sensors and everything, so you have full functionality on the vehicle, at least regarding the electronics, which is pretty cool. You guys have probably seen these, but the machined pull pins, those are new. Hopefully they don't care that I open this. I don't think they will, right? The other thing that's really cool about this latch, just to mention, is it's got a trigger. So you pull the trigger and that's what releases it. So it's got a very positive connection, which I think is pretty cool. Swing arms are easy to bolt on and off, so you know, to give people flexibility for how they're building out their overland vehicles. So we're standing in front of another brand new Sequoia. This is ex-Overland's build out. They did all of the design on this vehicle, and then we helped them with the parts. So covert front bumper, full rear bumper with the bolt-on swing arms, full skid plates and everything underneath, the side steps and the roof rack. I'll just point out a couple differences. You can see the opportunity to customize the products with color. So this side step obviously has the ex-Overland logo in it, so it's a special collab with them, but they matched all the coloring on this, from the step plates to the roof rack itself. We also went with the summit handles on this rack, and this is again another brand new product that's coming out. If you look, there's lights built in, LED lights to the bottom of all of these handles. And what's really cool about them is they truly are built into the handle. So the wiring runs through the handle and then pops out right here, and it's wired down the back side of the rack. So every one of these handles has an LED light that just lights up, again, your whole perimeter around the vehicle, which is perfect for camping. If you need some perimeter lighting, we used to use our rock lights for perimeter lighting, and we use our handles now off the roof rack because it gives more spread and better light projection. Other than that, these guys did a really awesome full vehicle wrap. I mean, they even wrapped the trim and everything. They've got, of course, the General Tire grabbers on this one with the Icon wheels. and they have the full Icon suspension. Very first vehicle to have the Icon suspension on it, and it's going to be a new product that they're releasing as well. As far as these products go, I mean, we have specifically with the Sequoia, they're all brand new products. They're going to be released on our website. Stay tuned in the next few weeks. These things are basically production ready right now. We're working on getting product in stock, and these will be available. So Sequoias are hitting the lots for people right now, and I know people are anxious to get their own and start building it out. So check the website and watch social media for all the releases. CBIOffroadFab.com and Prinsu.com.
And that is it really for the Overland section of SEMA this year. If I'm honest, from a consumer perspective, it's a little disappointing. You're way better off going to something like Overland Expo East or More Expo. This seems to be more aimed at people who are in the industry, people who want to buy, sell in shops, outfitters, that kind of thing. It's a place where people can show off what's possible. Lots of cool builds, but not really stuff for us as consumers. Still, I did my best to show off what there is here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like it. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if you want to see more Toyota stuff. I have a Tundra that I take out on these overlanding trips, and there's a video coming up that features all of the Tundras of SEMA, so you can check that one out too. So subscribe, and thanks for watching.